top of the table Arsenal take on Liverpool, who currently sit ninth in the Premier League. Two of the biggest surprise packages, I would say, this year. Arsenal causing all types of cognitive dissonance, all types of denial, frustration, anger for the majority of Premier League football fans. Nobody really expected them to be as good as they are. And Liverpool, nowhere near their general standard. Too many goals conceded, impotent at times in the attack, an aging squad, defensive mistakes, and many, many, many questions being asked of Jurgen Klopp. Arteta, it appears that he is in the ascendancy. They are moving on to the next level, and everybody's got a different view and opinion of that. How do I see the game going? Well, we're going to get onto that in a few moments' time, so bear with me. Hit the like button. Make sure you're leaving your comments below, but also download the OneFootball app. You can scan that beautiful looking QR code on my screen now, or click on the link in the description, the best one-stop shop for your news, league tables, stats, football footage, and much, much more. You can also get free live Serie A games each week on the app as well, so get it downloaded. But before we talk about the actual game in itself and what I think is going to happen, we have to speak about Arsenal. I'm talking about Arsenal a lot at the moment, predominantly because it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable to watch people on the denial curve. The denial curve has been something in my life. When I was first shown it, it made a lot of sense. And I often, whenever I'm learning something new, discovering something new, going through an argument, whatever kind of course of action I go through in life, the denial curve is something I use and I focus on to work out where I think I am. And a lot of people in football are going through the denial curve when it comes to Arsenal Football Club, as you can see. And where is it, I think, the majority of football is right now with Arsenal? And it's about here. It's in between denial and frustration. The recognition is starting to set in. And when people start to recognize, that's when the real frustration and anger comes out. There can be shock at the beginning for the initial good performances. Oh, wow. There is denial. Arsenal not back. Arsenal haven't turned a corner. This is a purple patch. Then as the realization starts to set in, that is where the anger comes from. The siding with the referees, moaning about, Derby should be refereed differently. Your fans should not celebrate wins. Your players should not celebrate wins. That frustration comes out, clutching at straws, you may call it. And then you'll get this lull. What will come next will be this lull from a lot of people. Some may have already started this, but they just stopped talking about Arsenal, even though they've been talking about Arsenal consistently for 15 years. And then the realization comes in. Then the experimenting with the idea. Then they'll make the decision to kind of change their mind. And after that point, the integration comes in, the acceptance, as it were, that this is how things now are. So Arsenal fans, the reason I bring this up is you're going to have to go through this still. There's still going to be the frustration, the annoyance, the denial. I would still say 70% of football is in that space. But you better get yourselves used to it, because Arsenal Football Club have turned the corner, in my opinion. I don't believe this is a purple patch of form. Of course, they will lose games. Of course, they will have bad periods and moments. Even Liverpool and City in the past 5 to 6 years have had them. They absolutely have. And people are waiting for one bad performance from Arsenal to say, there you go, it was a purple patch. But I think a bad game is indeed the poor form, not the reality. As the old saying goes, form is temporary, class is permanent. And I think that Arsenal put themselves into a class position. When we look ahead of this game, Liverpool have got some very good players. Mo Salah on his day can win this match. Luis Diaz on his day could help win this match. Jota loves a goal against Liverpool. There is no shadow of a doubt. He loves a goal. Loves a goal against Liverpool Football Club. The midfield, Fabinho is a very good DM. We know how good Thiago is on the ball. The only player on the pitch, though, so you look at the midfield, you can look at the attackers. I'm not going to talk about Liverpool's defense because it is so poor right now. No disrespect. Van Dijk and Trent are performing at Harry Maguire level right now. Harry Maguire level of defensive performance. That's how bad they are. Arsenal should be licking their lips. The only player that could save Liverpool's bacon in this game is Alisson Becker in goal. If he has one of the great Premier League performances, Liverpool may be able to walk away with a point. You never quite know a victory, but it will be a smash and grab. The only way Liverpool win this game is smash and grab. Arsenal will dominate the territories and they will dominate the play. Not possession, but play. Arsenal Football Club will create the vast majority of the big chances in this game. Arsenal Football Club, I believe, will win the midfield battle. The form currently of Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka is arguably the best midfield pairing in the league. Defensively, they are very difficult to break down. Very difficult to break down indeed. Zinchenko on that left, Ben White on the right, and then in the middle, Saliba and Gabriel. The only chink to that armor would be Gabriel. He is partial to a bozo moment. And that would, if I was Jurgen Klopp, I'd be focusing on let's try and put pressure on Gabriel in possession. Let's try and attack against him rather than Saliba. Don't try and attack against Saliba. I would say the best centre-back on form in the league so far this season. When I'm taking off my Manchester United hat, I want to say it's Lisandro Martinez, but I think Saliba has just been marginally better. But either way, one of the best. So don't attack him. Him and Ben White's side is absolutely solid. So you've got the midfield and defence tied up. So it's going to almost, to a degree, be about Arsenal's attack versus Liverpool's defence and goalkeeper. And if I'm being honest with you, defence versus attack, Arsenal's attack versus Liverpool's defence is, in 2022, a mismatch. It's a legitimate mismatch. The way Martinelli is playing on the left, Saka on the right, and the sheer brilliance of Gabriel Jesus, I would say, barring Haaland for obvious reasons, the most informed, consistent, and highest performing attacker in the league this year outside of Haaland, in my opinion, has been Gabriel Jesus. Hold up play, ability with dribbling with the ball, goals that he's scored, goals that he has created, the play that he's involved in, the absolute complete forward. Not the best forward, not the best finisher, but one of the most complete in the league, and his form has been exemplary. Him versus Van Dijk in 2022, as things stand right now, is a mismatch. And Liverpool have got to do whatever it is they can to try and get Gabriel Jesus nearer to Matip, because he will hurt Van Dijk in this mood. And then you have Martinelli versus Trent. Now, this is where Trent's going to struggle in this game. Martinelli gets back and defends. Martinelli gets back and helps cover his fullback. Arsenal also use inverted fullbacks. Using those inverted fullbacks means there's going to be less space for him. If he's nullified in the attack and/or is pushed back, because I think Arsenal will be the aggressors for large parts of this game. They're going to press very, very high. Martinelli is going to absolutely rinse Trent Alexander-Arnold. He isn't the best defensively anyway, but his form is shot. His confidence is in absolute tatters. He's going to make mistakes based on the pressure that is applied upon him. And I actually think with Gabriel Jesus and Martinelli running the Van Dijks and the Trents most ragged, I actually think it's going to be Bukayo Saka that benefits from an attacking point of view, almost like a spare man, that the play is going to happen on the central and left areas, but I think the ball's going to end up in the right for that final piece of the jigsaw. The shot is probably what I should say. So I can't look beyond Arsenal for this game. Of course, Liverpool can win it. And I know I can already read the comments, well, Terry's giving himself a get-out-of-jail-free card there. Well, I'm not an idiot. Of course, Liverpool can win if Gabriel makes a few mistakes at the back. If Liverpool just click and turn up on the day and are at their absolute peak best, then of course they can win. But do I think they're going to be at their best? No. Anything short of Liverpool's best cannot beat this Arsenal team. This Arsenal team right now is playing some of the best football the Premier League has seen in the past 4 to 5 to 6 years. On this form that they've been in, the level of class that they're showing. Now, to put them in the same bracket as those teams, they've got to maintain this class for the majority of the season. By the way, I don't see why they can't. I don't see why Arsenal cannot. Liverpool fans should be scared of this game. The talk is of the history and how irregular Arsenal have beaten Liverpool in recent years. And those stats do mean something. But you only have to go back to a period of time before that, and Arsenal's record against Liverpool was superior. So these things are swings and roundabouts with these two clubs. And I think we're on a roundabout right now. The swing's over. Liverpool's dominance in this fixture is gone. And especially at the Emirates, I cannot look beyond Arsenal. I can't predict beyond Arsenal. And in fact, I do believe that Arsenal are going to give Liverpool a bit of a hiding. I do believe that Arsenal are going to end Liverpool's title hopes. Any remaining slither, thread, the skin of their teeth they're hanging on by to a title race. Maybe there'll be a bad run from City. Maybe Arsenal will fall off as well. But no. Arsenal are going to win. I think Arsenal are going to win comfortably. I'm going for a 3-1 victory. I do believe Liverpool will score, but Arsenal will win 3-1 again this week. More people will be pushed further along the denial curve that we already spoke about into or through the depression phase on the way to acceptance. You will see more Liverpool fans become angry. And then what you're also going to see, and it's why I say they're going to end their season. And remember, the standard Liverpool are at, not challenging for the Premier League title, is a bad season. Not challenging for a Premier League title is a bad season. And if that's over by the 9th of October, the season Premier League-wise is already done, finished, over, kaput, written off. They can still win cup trophies. They can still win the Champions League. They'll want to qualify for the top 4. But Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool just making top 4 and not being in a title race is abject failure. And the reason I say Arsenal are going to do that to them is because the week later, Liverpool play City. And with the pressure mounting and riding on them, they're going to lose that game as well if they lose to Arsenal. I don't think they're going to be able to get themselves out of the mire. And by that time, I'm going to double check this again now before I give you this statistic because I don't want to get it wrong. But I looked at this earlier today. They are currently sitting Liverpool on 10 points. They're already 11 points off the top. I believe they lose their next 2 games, Liverpool. I genuinely do. Giving Man City and Arsenal, respectively, the opportunities to be on 26 and 27 points. Meaning Liverpool would see themselves a whopping 17 points off the top. That is title over. That is their Premier League season over. I do want your score predictions. I want to know what you think and you feel below. Make sure the like buttons are being smashed. Make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace and downloading OneFootball right now. Scan that QR code or click on the link below. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you soon. Thank you.